Do it again, Jake. Jake, come out here and show them what you got here. Dude, exactly. Nailed it. I'm Rich.
I'm Frank.
And it's people, pints, and possibilities.
Yeah.
Good. All right, welcome.
Am I supposed to clap too?
Yeah. No, we
That's
already
just where we
messed
start
that up.
editing.
Dude, it's so good.
I missed the clap.
All right. Welcome to beautiful Paso Robles, California. We are in the den at California Coast Beer Company. We're like always, we got a special guest. We'll get to him. I'm the Vibe Titan.
Dabbler.
Hanging with the Dabbler and the nickname for Rob?
Let's go with the shark.
The Shark.
Yeah, let's go with the shark. People say smiling shark. Well, we'll just go with the shark.
The Shark. The Shark has been here in Paso since 1980. Little breakdown.
Yeah.
He's been a Bearcat. You graduated in 86, right? I heard.
86 seems so long ago.
In banking for 28 years? Shit, you must be rich. Cova Lending owned his own business for the last 8 years, and now he's the CEO of the Chamber of Commerce for Paso Robles. That's a solid intro.
Yeah, and I think I forgot to mention I'm also on the Planning Commission.
Woo! And on the Planning Commission.
Yeah. Got a lot of things going on.
We got to get our shit through right now.
Frank's nickname is the Dabbler, and I think you're actually more fit for that because you are involved in everything.
Yeah, some days I feel like I'm involved in everything, right?
Yep, Frank, he dips his toe in everything but commits to nothing.
Absolutely. Sit in the back.
Well, we're glad to have you. You recently transitioned. We'll get to that to the CEO of the chamber, and you still got business stuff going on and some beautiful things. And you're Roblan for a long time. So, without further ado, most people know you in passing, but what's cool is we get to sit down and kind of dig into what shaped you, what made you, how you got here, what inspires you. So we'll start with kind of a little bit about your history.
Yeah, I love it. Yeah, so my family worked for a company called Sunbank Electronics. It was headquartered in Burbank, California. And don't ask me how it happened, but they decided, you know what, let's relocate it, move the headquarters to Paso Robles.
They went from Burbank to Paso.
Burbank.
What year is that?
This is in the late 70s.
Oh, wow.
They started the process in like 74, 75. And I think back then, I'm guessing there was maybe 6,500, 7,000 people here.
Wow.
And
all
I know is when I moved here, I had never seen a horse on a street, and I had never seen a horse. And we're coming in on semi trucks, hit Spring Street, and there's a horse galloping down Spring Street, and it's tied up to the old polar freeze. Anybody who's lived here a long time will remember polar freeze.
Polar freeze to Foster freeze. That's what
that
we
was
hear.
one of the loops, huh?
I looked at my little brother, said, "We're not going to make it. We're not going to make it. There's no way we're going to make it in this little town. There's no way."
You were in shock from L.A., Burbank to Paso.
How old were you?
I was in 8th grade. I was in the
that's
middle.
a tough transition.
Middle of my 8th grade year.
You're definitely getting jumped.
I got in a fight my very first day of school.
Did you?
And then,
like prison rules, you just with these Cowboys,
The
you got to
biggest
go
one,
after them.
Get after them.
Somebody said to me, it was during cafeteria, somebody threw a donut at me, and I said, I got a choice. I can pick this donut up, throw it back, or I can ignore it and get picked on for the rest of my 8th grade year. Picked it up, threw it back. This big dude come up to me, never forget him, Jody Murillo. Came up to me and said, "Foster freeze." And
and it was on.
And I didn't know what foster freeze was.
It was like equivalent of bike rack.
Yeah.
We did it at the car wash in Redding.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So apparently that's where people used to fight in middle school. You go there in the parking lot, backside of Foster Freeze, and fight.
I love that you were new. You had to get filled in. You're like, what happens at Foster Freeze?
Yeah. If Primo Vargas is listening, I love you, brother, because Primo came up to me and goes, "Don't worry about it. I'll help you out." He probably doesn't remember this. Primo still lives in town, by the way. And he and his beautiful wife, Michelle. And he helped me out. He told me where I needed to go. And that was it.
He was your first mentor.
He was the first guy that helped. All he did was point me in the right direction. He didn't help me with the fight or anything.
He
but
just turned you the right way and sent you.
Yeah. Anyways, that was my first official introduction to Paso Robles.
All right. Did you win?
Yeah.
No, I mean, whoever,
kinda even back then.
whoever wins. I mean, right? I mean,
Back then, we actually just fought like to get it out of our system, and then we were done.
Yeah.
That happened, and then you were friends because you didn't want to get in trouble.
Well, we ended up being friends. We played football together and stuff like that. We ended up being friends, and I mean, come on, you're in 8th grade. How smart are you really? You right?
Yep.
So,
how was the '80s as a Bearcat?
The '80s were cool, man, because back then you knew a lot of the people that you needed to know. We knew all of the police folks. Chief Huff, his son played baseball with us. So it was kind of cool to know that one of our baseball players, his dad was the chief of police. So that was cool. One of our really good friends still today, Gary Stemper, was a mayor for Paso Robles, and he's a great friend. I hope he's listening. He's a great friend, him and his wife.
Chad was a wrestling coach when I was is Chad his son, or is he related to him? Chad Stemper?
I don't know. I think no. Yeah.
There's got to be though.
Yeah.
All right. Shout out to the Stempers.
The Stempers are
There's
cool
a lot
family.
of them, right?
There's a lot of them.
Yep.
Yeah. So, anyways, yeah, it was cool in the '80s. Obviously, I mean, when I moved here, pretty confident there was one traffic light.
I've heard that.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
There was one traffic light on Spring Street. One bridge, right, for the most part. There was no Niblick Bridge.
No 101.
There was 101.
There was 101.
Yeah,
okay.
there was 101. That was the main thing that got you through into Paso.
Yeah.
There was Spring Street, obviously, but other than that, there wasn't a whole lot, right? The old meat packing plant was here.
Oh, yeah. I've heard that by the Albertsons.
By the Albertsons,
Yep.
yeah.
And what was the football team like then?
We were competitive, but I think the years before me were actually better, and I shout out to Mitch and Derek and those guys. Derek's still around. They had a good team. A little bit younger or a little bit older than I was. They were solid athletically. My class of '86, I love you, man. I love everybody, but athletically we weren't the best. We had a better baseball team than we did a football team.
Shoot. They let you down. It sounds like
No.
that was your crew.
No, that was our crew, and we're all still tight. Everybody still hangs out. We got a 40-year anniversary, I think, coming up. Right? Is that?
Holy cow.
Yeah, that's right.
Oh yeah.
86.
Well, have you got invited?
Oh shit! Well, I saw something come out not too long ago.
You're probably running it.
Holy crap! I just thought of that.
So you graduate from high school, and then what do you do?
So actually, I went to your neck of the woods a little bit, Clovis.
Oh yeah,
I went to Fresno City.
Fresno. I'm from Fresno, not Clovis. Just to be clear, Clovis people are different.
Yeah.
They're built different.
Yeah,
that's the evil empire right there.
Well, I tell you what,
I was a Central Grizzly.
I tell you what. So I went to Fresno City, and I remember right out of high school going, I know it's hot in Fresno, but how bad can it be? I live in Paso, right? Oh my God, the Thule fog.
Oh yeah.
It's thick, soupy.
That was the game changer.
That is, you guys never were privy to this, foggy day schedule.
Yep.
That's a school schedule. When you work, you wake up in the morning, you check it. Yep. And if you get an A schedule, you're off by 1 hour. A B, foggy schedule. B schedule, you're off by 2 hours. C schedule, 3 hour break, and the almighty school is canceled. That actually happens from the fog.
Fog didn't normally bother me because Paso gets fog too.
Yeah.
But when it's 11:30 in the afternoon or in the morning and it's still that Thule fog, it won't lift.
No.
You can't see nothing.
It hangs out there all December.
Oh, it was horrible.
Yeah.
It was horrible. So
They replaced it with smog now, so you're good.
It's just 2 little letters.
That's it.
Fog, smog.
Yeah. No. So anyways, Fresno City for a little while. Decided enough of that. Came back.
Did you play football there or baseball?
Nope. No, I was thinking about playing baseball, but no, I was trying to get myself acclimated to the Fresno area. It was cool while it lasted. It was a different city.
Yeah, I can't. Yeah, going from 6,000 to Fresno back then.
Half
Yeah,
a million.
I mean the town was growing obviously by '86. You fast forward 5 or 6 years, it had grown a little bit, but still, I mean, coming from LA, Fresno wasn't LA, but it did remind me a little bit of LA a little bit, but it was just different. It was just different. No down talk to Fresno, but it just was different. And then I had a buddy that was going to Cal Poly, and he called me one day as I'm driving through the Tule fog, and I'm like, I don't know what I'm doing here. And he's like, don't even, just come live with me. Come live in the dorms over here with me. I got space, blah, blah. 2 months later, I was
Cal Poly.
Out.
I was out. I was like, I'm moving to San Luis.
Dude, that was a business decision.
It took us a long time to figure that out.
Yeah, so
Dude,
I've
you
made some
beat
good
me by
choices. I've
15
made some
years.
bad choices. That one, I'm going to say check was a good choice.
It took you 2 months when I took 15 years to understand. Yep.
Yeah, and then then believe it or not, I moved down to L.A. Decided to start a career. Moved down to L.A. Got a job. First interview, got a job at a company. Worked there for a little while, and then when it came time to get serious about raising a family, I didn't want to do it in Southern Cal. Paso. It's funny because back in the day, and our kids did it, always complaining sometimes, there's nothing to do in Paso. Paso's kind of boring, when you're a kid. And but it's amazing, man. You leave, and then you appreciate what you had. You come back, and you love it even more. Right?
I agree. Those are the people
Always come
we'll get
back.
into it. That's why I think we're invested in the community so much because we've seen other places. Yeah. No offense to those places, but you really get an appreciation for this place. That is a unique perspective because you're just so thankful that I can't believe I live here sometimes,
Well, I used to say it's a hidden gem, but it's not hidden anymore.
No,
not in the least, but it's still a gem.
So what were you doing? What was your first profession? Like, what did you?
I got my first job was at a finance company, believe it or not, in the collections department. So I started collecting on defaulted car loans, 21% car loans.
Oh, shit.
Southern California Nissan was our biggest client. They used to sell Nissans for 22% interest loans.
Oh,
yes.
Wow.
Oh.
And they would give a car loan to anybody.
oh, yeah, I would too.
Yeah.
yeah.
That's how I started. So I started working in a collections department, did that for a little while.
Were you like homies with the repo guys? And
Oh,
stuff?
yeah. Dude.
Oh, yeah.
We didn't call them repo guys. We called them field guys.
Oh, they were like operators.
Dude, can I say ass on this? Yeah?
You can say whatever you want.
All right. Well, they were badasses.
They were?
They were badasses.
You have to be.
Back in the day, you could go and you would pull the stems from the tires, flatten the tires, and then the guys would come into the office pissed off. I ain't paying you shit, blah, blah, blah. And then they'd go. Our office was right next to the Fox Hill Mall, if anybody knows Culver City. And they would always park their cars in this huge mall thinking we couldn't find them. We'd find them, flatten their tires, not we, the field guys.
Yeah.
These guys would leave pissed off, flipping us off, saying, I ain't paying you shit, blah, blah, blah. 20 minutes later, they'd come back in. You guys flattened my tires. What arrangement do we need to make? Right? Oh, it was hilarious. It was a fun time. It was crazy,
Dude.
but it was fun. Back then, you could do that.
You learned the hustle. You were on the other side of the hustle too, because you weren't getting hustled. You were on the side of like, I can't believe I owe you 21%.
Well, yeah, and it was all professions. I mean, it was lawyers, it was doctors, it was some high-end professions of folks that wouldn't, that wouldn't
People overextended.
Yeah, that wouldn't pay their car loans.
We should probably teach finance in school.
Well, you know what? Here's what I couldn't, even back then, I couldn't believe that people were paying $25,000 for a Nissan Sentra when it was all said and done.
Son of a bitch.
With the interest. Oh, yeah.
For a 22% interest rate.
The car probably cost 12 new.
Yeah, it was crazy.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
And it led you to banking?
Yeah, well, I started there, and then in 1990, I moved back to Paso, and long story short, looking for work. Wife at the time was pregnant with our first son, and nobody would hire me, man. Everybody kept saying I was overqualified, and I couldn't understand that because I'm like, come on, I worked at a finance company of all places. What do you mean I'm overqualified? And on my way back from Santa Maria one day, I stopped off at a BP station in Templeton, picked up a newspaper, and there I saw an ad, Templeton National Bank, one branch operation in Templeton, California. I was right there. I was at the gas station. I literally drove over to that bank 5 minutes away from the gas station and pretty much begged for a job.
Opportunity met preparation.
Yeah.
You were just ready to go.
I was ready.
Yeah. Looking
I was
for
ready.
it.
I was looking for it. So anyways, they hired me, made me wait 2 more weeks before they called me, which was torturous. But yeah, hired me, and my banking career took off from there.
And then you were in Templeton. Did you move to Templeton?
Nope, lived here in Paso.
Paso.
Dave Rounds, big shout out to you. He was the president at the time. Carol Bezkosny, shout out to you. I know you're retired now, but you were always very cool. She was the one that actually hired me. Her and I worked together a lot at Templeton National Bank. And then through the process of mergers, never physically changed a bank, like left a bank, but the name kept changing.
That happens all the time in banks.
Yes.
Banks annoy the hell out of people who use banks because, like, somebody acquires the bank or your best relationship is with the bank, and then they get recruited. Like, banking is like a
cutthroat.
It sure is.
Yeah.
So it was Templeton National Bank, and it was one branch.
One branch.
That's
Templeton National
love the name.
Bank was one branch.
Is it still there?
No, it was merged. So check this out. Templeton National Bank was there for a little while, got bought by Bank of Santa Maria. Try selling Bank of Santa Maria in Templeton.
Yes, not going to happen.
Not going to. It was hard.
It's like selling Paso Robles chamber to the Templeton
Yeah,
people.
it wasn't easy. It wasn't easy. So through the process of mergers, it just ended up. Midstate was a great bank. Ended up at Midstate through mergers. And then while I was at Midstate for a little while, I got solicited by Santa Lucia Bank. And that was probably one of the best moves I ever made in my career.
So what did you do as a banker?
So I did everything. I started off my very first job at Templeton National Bank. They hired me as an operations supervisor, but really what it was a glorified vault teller. I was a teller. That's what it was. I did some other stuff, but I was a teller. So the cool part is I learned a lot about operations when I first started my career, how operations work, the money, everything else, the regulatory stuff, learned all that stuff. And then when Midstate, fast forward a few years, Midstate Bank came along, bought us. That's when I learned lending. They gave me an opportunity. John Burt, if you're still out there, brother, he and I and a bunch of other, Kathy Kachu, we did this banking school thing together. And they put us on a management training program, Midstate Bank, and that's when I first started learning lending. And after that, that's when my career really took off. Yeah.
And at this point, you never did you get an AA or a bachelor's degree?
Nope.
You just got into it.
And then from there you start. There's other educational opportunities like Western Commercial Banking School. So I did that. That's a 4-year program that I did. And then you do a graduate program, and I did that. That's another 4 years. So
you continued your education as you started to move through the jobs and through the banks.
Right, specific for banking.
So you started, hold on, I got a quick question. You started in the 90s, right?
Yes, officially.
So that's pretty much dial-up internet back then? So the question, how much money was in that vault compared to what would be in a vault today?
Not a whole lot.
Really?
I mean, but you'd be surprised. I can't, that's insider trading information,
Yeah.
So,
we can't divulge that information.
Yeah, but it's kind of crazy. People used to go, so how do you deal with all that money?
I would think back then there would have to be a lot. But no?
After a while, it's just paper. I mean, there'd be.
It's like beer to us.
Yeah.
Oh,
It's just there.
I guarantee the vault in the 90s smelled like money.
Smelled and looked like money.
Yeah, I bet.
Nowadays, it's just a number on a computer. I don't even imagine banks even having that much money
bank
anymore.
even has a vault anymore.
They still have vaults. In fact, just a little for all those guys, all the folks in Paso. If you want to see what the inside of a vault looks like, go check out Grapes and Grain right there on the corner of 13th and Spring. Was Santa Lucia Bank's location. They kept the vault.
Downstairs?
No, it's right there on the first floor. If you go in, there's a big, because it's all concrete.
Right.
So they turned it in. They have some high-end alcohol stuff in there that you can buy.
Oh, yeah.
But it's the vault, man. You walk in there. I haven't seen it. I just talked to Lolita Bruns about it. She was just there checking it out. She said, Rob, you got to go see it.
Oh, yeah.
It's amazing.
I'm gonna check it out today.
Yeah,
We're
it's
gonna
pretty
check
cool.
it
out.
Yeah, it's pretty
Maybe
cool.
get something for the ride home.
Yeah.
When I get home.
yeah.
When I get home.
Yeah.
All
they
right,
kept
so
it.
through that journey, we're always trying to tap into people and make people better here. You know, bring them together, leave them better is our purpose statement here. So during that journey of you growing up and everything, what do you think shaped you? What inspired you? What made you who you are? You know, you're a successful guy.
Yeah, that's a good question, Rich. Look, I had a lot of good mentors in my time. Jimmy Cowan, who's no longer with us, was a great mentor of mine in the banking industry. At the time, he was the one that hired me at San Lucia Bank, and he taught me a lot about things like, hey, Rob, words are just words without action, right? He would tell me all the time, Rob, it's a partnership. It's never one person. It's never two people. It's a partnership. You need an entourage of people to be successful. And if you can get enough people following you, doing the right thing, that's when you can start to make a difference. And he would preach that stuff all the time, especially early in his career too. And he was just a cool dude. Shout out to Garrett Cowan. I know I just talked to you not too long ago. His son still lives in the area, but Jimmy was, he was like 5'2". They used to call him the shortest banker in town. And he'd drive a little 2-door Beamer, blue Beamer. And people used to make fun of him because he was so small in stature, man, but he was a good banker. So I learned a lot from him.
And just to add, we talk about leaders all the time, and leadership is always popular. But he said that. What was it that he did that made you follow him, that believe in him?
Well, like I said, he would tell me things, recommend things, and then I'd see him put it in action. People loved him, and it was because he always followed through, and he was very transparent. He wasn't a bullshitter, right? He would just tell you how it was, and if he couldn't do something, he taught me. He taught me that, Rob, if you can tell somebody no, and they can still thank you for your effort and time, then you did it right, right? Because think about it. In lending, your people are coming to you for money. They need loans. And there's nothing more frustrating or harder to do than to tell somebody you can't help them.
Yeah.
But he would tell me, Rob, I'm going to teach you how to tell people when you need to, no, you can't help them. But if you do it right, they're going to thank you, and they're going to appreciate everything you did to try to help them. And he wasn't wrong. He was not wrong. He was not wrong.
Absolutely.
He was not wrong. I've never forgotten it.
No surprises. I always value when you're having interactions with people, the telling the truth or just what you can and can't do. I find that it's the same. If people aren't surprised, you've already had that conversation. They know what your limitations are, what you can and can't do. Yeah. They're usually fine with that.
Right.
It's that moment of they had an expectation of something and it wasn't clear, and now those expectations aren't met is where the disappointment comes in, right?
Yeah, absolutely. And everybody, of course, for the most part, thinks that they deserve a chance, right? I mean, they deserve what they're asking for, and I get it. But, unfortunately, sometimes the numbers just have to work, right? Yeah. Sometimes in today's world, you can get around the numbers sometimes because there's so many different products and services out there now. But back in the day, there weren't a lot of options. They had to fit in a box, right? And if they didn't fit, you had to figure out, okay, what's next, right? And how do you tell this person, sorry, can't help you?
Or you could do like my grandma and just make a fake name up and get brand new credit.
Multiple names.
Grandma's
we
not
don't have
here
enough
anymore,
on this podcast
but
to
she
talk
left
about
me
all
with
that.
the will. Oh yeah. So I'm gonna tell you a story. I'm gonna keep it so short, but essentially there was a house in the name of my grandmother's maiden name and her first name. So it was Patricia, or it was Richard Dolan. That person never existed.
Never existed?
Nope.
No, and they had a friend like back in the 60s who just hooked him up. My grandma's like, miraculously, if you could just get a different name, your credit's beautiful.
Oh my God.
That's a true story.
That is a true story?
Yeah. Oh no, I had to deal with it. I had to prove that this fictitious person was my grandmother in her trust.
That is
Yeah.
brilliant.
So don't do that. I don't recommend that.
No,
out there.
that is brilliant. I
All
love
right.
it.
So our core values are people, pints, possibilities. Beer brings us together, but the people keep us coming back. What was your core values, or what did you try to live by in the banking world, especially? That's kind of a cutthroat world.
Yeah,
right?
yeah, just so very direct, man. It's same thing. You know, be transparent, be honest, and again, if you can help somebody, help them. If you can't, it's one thing to say no, but learn how to say no with a plan, right? Okay, I can't help you today, but maybe if we do these few things, whether it takes a few months, a year, or 2 years to really have them come to fruition, then we can revisit this and maybe we can help. It works, man. It works. People just sometimes need help with creating a plan, right? Okay, you can't help me today. What about what if I do this and this and right? Just put them on a plan, and if they stick with it, I've seen it happen so much, and it's probably why. And I know I'm probably getting ahead of myself. Probably why Cova Lending, the loan brokerage company that my wife and I started 8 years ago, is probably so successful because we don't just say no. We always put people on a plan when we can. And that's the idea. I have a little bit of a reputation now that's developed that if a loan can be done, I will figure out a way to make it happen, whether it's today or tomorrow. I'll figure it out, right? If I can't do it today, I'll tell you what you need to do so that we can do it tomorrow. And, you know, that's kind of what I learned, man. I learned that through my banking career. I learned how to do that, you know, for 28 years.
Yeah. We'll dig into that. Actually, we love that part because we did it here, you know, taking a risk. Dig into that part. I don't want to skip something that's great during your career, but at some point you make a decision, or you and your wife make a decision together to do something on your own. Tell us about that thought process. It's a little scary, right?
It was scary, yeah. We were going through some hard times at a financial institution that I was working for, and it's been long enough now I could talk about it a little bit, but I'll be cautious. Shout out to Dave Upham, Jeff York, Lisa Harlow, if you're listening. Love you guys. So we had a very cool executive team at a financial institution, and things started going sideways a little bit for our then president. And in my opinion, unjustly deserved. He was a really good president, killed it, loved business, loved everything about the community, was one of those that would talk it and back it up. And anyways, things started to go sideways for him through no fault of his own. And
Paso got him?
No, it wasn't Paso, man. It was South County. South County got him.
Well, the Central Coast will eat you up if they don't like you.
Yeah, well, you've been through that.
You've
been through that.
Hey, you can make it through. Yeah.
So anyways, a bunch of us, in response to that, decided, no, we're not going to deal with this. And so we started falling by the wayside and saying we're out. And anyway, so then of course you make that decision, and then you're kind of like, oh, what do we do now?
Yeah.
Right?
Shit.
So, yeah.
Here we are.
Yeah, what do we do now? All my friends still worked. I had nobody to play golf with, right?
And your money was only going out, right?
My wife's looking at me like, you going to get off that couch anytime soon? You know, I was living a good life. I was chilling. And
You were retired, basically.
basically, yeah.
Nice.
Not doing much of anything, and just kind of trying to figure out. I took my time, trying to figure out what do I want to do next, thinking, maybe I just live this life. This is kind of nice.
Oh, this ain't too bad.
This ain't too bad, but you know, my wife was going to work, and you know, it's just, yeah. So anyways, I said, I don't even know how it came up. One day I said, you know what? No offense to banks. We need banks, love banks. But I thought, you know what? When it comes to lending, I think I can do it better. I can offer better products and services from the lending standpoint, as far as hooking people up with the right product to help them with their need. Period. End of story. And I know the ins and outs. I know a good credit from a bad credit. I know a challenging credit from a non-challenging credit. I know what needs to be corrected, what needs to be fixed. I know how to make loans happen. So I decided, let's go for it. And through the encouragement of my wife and family, they said, yeah, let's do it. And so, believe it or not, the hardest thing was, what do we call ourselves, right? And my wife looked at me and goes, well, Covarrubias is way too long.
Covarrubias Lending.
Way too long. So then we came up with Cova. And I don't even remember how it happened. She's like, Cova. And I'm like,
clicked.
All right.
Because you
Like
can't
it.
go with the shark lending.
No, no, that probably
It'd scare people.
I'd probably get the wrong kind of clientele
Yeah,
with that.
yeah.
Right?
So
What's your
Cova-
focus on loans? Like
I do a lot of commercial stuff.
commercial.
Well, I
okay.
do a lot of commercial and residential. It everything cycles. Shout out to Nationwide Home Loans. That's my platform that I use for the residential side. That's where my NMLS licensing is all held. And then on the commercial side, everything's done through Cova Lending, regular commercial programs. Shout out to all my partners in that. I got a lot of partners and I'm always adding good partners to that. Hard money loan, private loans, conventional stuff, out of the box stuff, SBA, land loans, construction. I mean, we do it all. The only thing we don't do is consumer loans, but just signed on with a new contract with somebody to actually do personal consumer loans. So-
Startup loans, those are fun.
Yeah.
So
Yeah. So
let's talk startup loans. You can have money if you have experience.
So you're not really a startup.
yeah.
Yeah, that's a fun name.
They mean another business after you have a really successful one of the same type.
Yeah.
That's a startup.
That's a startup. Yeah.
So, just in layman's terms, how does a person who was in banking go from, I'm sure you have to get permits and get cleared and do all that. Where are you tapping into this money? Obviously, you're putting your name on the line and you have insurance that covers it. So, you give me the layman's terms. You cold throw people, get access to money through.
Yeah, so the easiest way to phrase it is I package a deal. I get everything that's required. I know exactly what's required. I package it all. I do the analysis to make sure that it's viable. If it's got some skin on it where I got to kind of overcome something, then I kind of decide on the program that would work best for that package. And then through my resources, I contact my resources, get them the opportunity to look at it. They look at it. Yep, we're interested. My goal is always to find 3 or 4 that are interested, because then they basically fight for the deal, which in the end, the client wins.
Yep.
Right. So you got 4 companies.
Makes sense.
Hey, I want this deal, Rob. What's it going to take for me to earn this deal? Well, this is what I have on the table right now. You want to better it? Yeah, I'll better it. All right. Now, I'm very transparent. I don't play a lot of games, because what I want to make sure happens is I place it somewhere that I know can get done. I don't want to waste time, right?
Yeah.
So give me good pricing, give me good turnaround time, give me transparency, right? And get the deal done. That's what I look for.
And in this partnership, your exposure is this person going to pay the bills?
Yes, and so the biggest exposure I have, believe it or not, it sounds corny, but it's reputation. People come to me because they trust me, right? Number 1 rule of banking, all you bankers out there know it, right? People will only do business with people they trust.
Especially with your money. I got to
Right?
agree with that.
Yeah.
Right?
One is trust and word of mouth, right?
Right.
When
Well,
you take
but
care of somebody, I'm going to
Hey,
tell my buddy, go to this guy.
you want to know what a banker's killer comment is? I like you. I like you. I like you. It doesn't mean I'm going to give my business to you.
Yeah.
Right? I like you. I used to hate when people would tell somebody, if one of my commercial lenders came back and go, Rob, they like me. Okay, that's fine. But do they trust you?
And you have those are the soft skills. What are the hard skills? Like what, you have to be good with numbers. You have to be
the analytical
diligent.
side. Yeah, you got to be. Yeah, you got to
Hit me.
follow
What are the
through.
best people? What skills do they have?
Yeah, it's a combination. I mean, sometimes, people say introverts are good at this because it's number crunching and stuff like that. But yeah, and that's true. They are good at that. But you also have to be very personable. You got to be able to talk the language. People expect people in lending to be the expert.
Yeah.
We're supposed to have all the answers. It's like beer, right?
Yep.
I come to you and Frank. You guys are the experts. If I got a question about beer, I don't know shit about beer other than I like the way it tastes.
Yep.
That's it. But, when it comes to making it, doing it, you guys are the experts, right? I trust you. People come to me because they trust me, and they go to their banker or person, hopefully, because they trust them.
Yeah.
The minute that trust is gone,
You never get it back.
well, they're searching. Then they're searching,
Yeah.
right? They're searching for somebody they do trust, right? Has nothing to do whether they like you or not,
Yeah.
right? It's because, again, you said it, Rich, it's money. You're dealing with money, you're dealing with lending, you're dealing with, usually they want money to either consolidate something, buy something, expand something, start something, right?
Yeah.
It's all important. It's all important.
And it's like us, our craft is pints, like we say, and we take care of that. You know, we have to serve the best product. But in the end, you're kind of saying the same thing is, while beer, we say that beer brings us in, but the people keep you coming back. You're saying kind of the same thing. People are coming for a loan, but the trust and the soft skills are almost more important. Or you have to be good at what you do, I guess. You have to be great, and everybody expects that your loan's going to come through or your beer is going to be quality. But on top of that, the way you treat them is what keeps them going and gets those referrals.
Yeah, and again, referrals are key because that's what keeps us alive, other than some simple marketing stuff. By the way, my wife does all the marketing. I'm staring right at her. Ooh. Kudos to her.
Great job.
Yeah. Hot and smart. I love it, man.
Do you guys work together?
No.
Do you work well together?
Definitely.
No.
Martha and I really do. You should ask Frank.
Really? No. She's asked me a few times, honey,
Frank.
can I just retire and do this full time? And I'm like, sure, honey, but we are not sharing the same space. It's just, no, look, I started this thing, Cova Lending, working from home, and two problems with that. One, I could never shut it off, right?
Oh, yeah.
And you're at home and you can't shut it off. That's not good, right? And two, it was at home. So my wife was around all the time, and I always felt like I was neglecting her and my family, right? Always, all the time. And so once I got it out, it was a lot better, but get
it away from the household.
Get it away from the
Sanity.
household. My wife stays more sane when she's not dealing with a bunch of, other than the marketing stuff, which she kills. She kills it. I'm going to leave her and let her do what she does best. Keep doing the marketing.
Yep.
Outside of that, I'll take care of everything else.
The only work that Frank takes home are the stools, the T-shirts, pint glasses,
4-packs.
All good stuff.
All good stuff.
Hell yeah.
So, as a banker, you started Cova Lending 8 years ago.
Yep.
Beginning was probably a struggle, I would think. What did COVID do to you?
It scared the shit out of me at first.
Yeah, a lot of us.
Yeah, because I was like, what did I just do? Started this thing, and then now it's weird. I remember one day leaving my office on Spring Street. Shout out to Ty Christensen and Jen Christensen, who let me share an office with them, and it was eerie, man. Leaving that office and going, man, it is weird out here.
Ghost town.
Streets are
Ghost
empty.
town. It was empty. Kind of nervous, going, what did we do? And then all of a sudden, it's like Pandora's box just opened up, man.
Paso, the city that never shut down.
Lending rates were low, and things just exploded.
People were jumping on it.
Yes, refinance, home loans, massive amount of refinances, massive amounts of refis.
Nice.
Everybody was doing their backyard and doing it up big.
Well, come on, man. 2.5%, 3% rates.
Yep.
You can't beat that.
I refinanced my house and gave more to Calco's beer. Yeah.
That was an interesting time, but it ended up being the best time. Everybody kind of went remote, which was cool because once the pandemic was over, everybody stayed remote, at least in my world.
Because they could do it.
And it was cool. And so it makes them happier. It makes them more productive, I think. It just worked out. It just worked out really well. So, it was an odd start. We'd already been kind of rolling for a little bit, but not like we'd been a few years or anything into it. And it was an uncertain time, but it ended up being a blessing in disguise.
How do you feel about it now, having the distance from all that, and obviously the influx of the LA and San Francisco people at that time, or even Bakersfield and Fresno? How do you feel about Paso and the homes and the state of Paso right now?
Yeah, see here. So shout out to our city leaders, because here's one thing I say and I've said forever. One thing I love about Paso Robles is that we still feel like it's a small town, right? Yes, it's more crowded. Yes, it's funny when I hear people talk about traffic, because you want to talk about traffic, go down to Southern California.
Go to Irvine. We hit every freeway going there.
Yeah. I tell you what, jump on the 405
we did.
3:30 afternoon.
It was ridiculous.
Right. My wife's from Simi Valley. She could tell you about traffic, right?
Yeah.
It's just right off of that.
I don't know how people do it.
Right? But yet we sit in traffic for 10, 15, 20 minutes. And
2 lights on 13th Street, and they're pissed.
Right?
God forbid you hit that crosswalk.
Right? Damn it took me 13 minutes to get home instead of 8 minutes to get home, right?
Yep.
Yeah. So, but no, I love the growth of our city. I'm pro growth. Full disclosure, I love growth. I love business. I love, I love that we're building more housing. The challenge we have, and it's no secret, is affordable housing.
And affordable housing, I'm always on this. I was an econ major, by the way, so I'll jump in. But affordable housing is any housing. You just need more supply. And it doesn't matter if you're building, everyone complains. They're like, oh, they're building new senior living. Well, hopefully those seniors are moving out of houses here and they're vacating houses that somebody else can move into. And ultimately down the line, you're opening up some, unfortunately, the low end of the housing market is what, $400,000 for a house here?
If you're lucky.
500. That's crazy.
Yeah.
But we need more housing to relieve that, right? Affordable, because you're not going to put a price range on, even if you build a condo,
right?
You still need a whole bunch of them.
Right.
There's not enough.
Right. Yeah. I mean, that's the challenge. I mean, it's easy math. The less that you have of something, the more expensive it is, right? The more you have of it, the more competitive it can be, thus a little bit more, manageable price-wise, right? So when you have a lot of volume, it's a little bit more affordable, a little bit more negotiable, because you're competing. As a seller, you're competing against multiple units that are available. When there's less inventory, you've got the seller's got the advantage, right? Right? If you want my place, I'm going to ask for this because there's nothing out there to compete against, right? So it's a challenge, but I love what the Paso has done as far as infrastructure. I love the amenities we have now. It still feels like a small town to me. Downtown, I love it. Yes, it's crowded sometimes with tourists, but come on. Tourists is good for our town. Tourism is great for our town, right? It's, look at all the hotels that have popped up over the years, the restaurants, the services that we have. We've got a lot of great organizations, which I know we'll get into here in a minute.
Yeah.
That are out there that are benefactors of the tourism market that we've created here.
We like tourists.
Well, that leads to the possibilities, which is, you're not only doing the Cova Lending. We've been on the chamber board together. You're on the review committee as well, right?
Yeah.
Tell us about some of those. Why'd you get involved in those, I guess?
And some like the planning commission stuff?
Yeah, planning commission.
Yeah, well, again,
what is GRC? What is that?
That's an offset to the planning commission.
Okay,
so
that's a part of it.
Yeah, it's part of it. It's a review process that you go through. We can approve stuff there too, but a lot of the stuff that goes there then transfers to the planning commission for that vote. But again, it's all about giving back, man. I love my community, so when somebody approached me, Ty Christensen, thank you, said, hey, Rob, I think you'd be great. There's a seat open. You should apply for it. And, at the time, I didn't know much about the Planning Commission. And so I did it, was selected, and it's been a great learning experience, man. I've learned and gotten a chance to meet a lot of really smart people in our city when it comes to how our city grows, the infrastructure of our city, some of the developments that go on. It's really cool. If you're ever interested in really learning about the growth and the infrastructure of our city, join an organization like Planning Commission. There's a bunch of other stuff you can do, but it's been a great experience. And we've got a great commission. We got, Mark and Joel and these guys, Ty, Eric, Pat, Sharon, which is our current group. They're all experts in their own field, and then they bring their knowledge to the commission to help with everything else that goes on when it comes to development and projects, and improving them and analyzing them and asking all the right questions. It's a great group, and I'm just one of a few, and I'm proud to be part of it.
How long do you hold that seat?
Well, you can keep renewing. I think you renew every 2 years or something like that. To be honest with you, I'm currently the chair of the Planning Commission.
Oh man,
which is kind of fun.
How many hats do you have?
Well, I used to have a lot of hats
refill
because I've done a lot of things. I've been off and on it's been so. I was on the Boys and Girls Club board for years. I love the Boys and Girls Club. Shout out to the Gomer family, Viborg family, all those guys back in the day that got me involved in that. And then I did NCI Affiliates, which is also another great organization. I heard that Crystal's still killing it over there and running that organization. Achievement House, great organization. They do a great job to support our community. So it's just organizations like that, exchange clubs, youth baseball, youth soccer.
So time out. I love it. I only want to interrupt you. You have a beautiful wife, beautiful family. You have all this stuff going for you, a great business. Why the hell on earth, if someone's out there, would you take your time to do that?
I knew you were going to say something like that.
Right?
Because when you love where you live, you do what you can to give every little, whatever you think you've got to offer, you do it because you love it. You love where you live, man. Our kids.
Your kids grew up here.
Our kids grew up
here. Your family's here. Your life is here.
The kids grew up here. My siblings grew up here.
That's all the way down to you and Barbecue Pete.
You remember Barbecue Pete?
At the games.
Pete Chavez.
Pete and Jay. Come on.
Yeah,
Let's
dude.
go.
And
so
here's the thing.
You love where you live. Yeah, go ahead.
Well, you meet these people and they're just awesome, man. I mean, you meet when you get out there and you get involved, you meet these people, and then little do you know that they become almost like lifelong friends. I mean, Rich, Martha Clayton.
Hell yeah.
Would have never met you. I met you at the school board.
Yeah.
When you were working for the district.
And we had met briefly and had those interactions, but you don't know each other until, like you said, you sit down and do work together. You get involved in the good and the bad, and because that's another thing. It's not all roses and rainbows and sunshine, because you get on those committees, and unfortunately in the world, you open yourself up for criticism, right?
Well, that's the thing. And we all know that no matter how good your intentions are, how ethical you are, or whatever the case is, there's always going to be that small group that finds fault in what you do or how you do it or have some kind of criticism. Look, that's life. That's nature. You can't control people's behavior. You can't control what they think or say. You try to learn from it. Maybe you do something a little bit different next time, so maybe somebody's less critical. But in the end, if somebody just doesn't want to like something, they're just not going to like it.
Yeah.
Right? You can't control that. And that's probably the hardest thing to learn in banking. It's hardest thing to learn professionally in any business is as much as you want to appease everybody, the hardest challenge is learning and realizing that you just can't. And once you come to grips with that a little bit and you're okay with it, it certainly makes things a little bit easier because, people like me, type A personalities, we take things personal when we fail, right? And it's not a good feeling, but you learn from it and you try to enhance things where you can, and hopefully you disappoint less people, but they're always out there.
But that's also not failure. That's them not getting what they want.
Yeah.
And they're curmudgeons. They're just bad people.
Whatever the case is.
There's good people out here that you surround them by, and you're
So it's definitely been a blessing being here in town and getting to know great folks, Frank, Rich, others, that just kill it, man. You guys kill it every day. You guys do. I love you guys because you do what you say you're gonna do, right? And that's good shit to me. Right?
Man of your word.
Yeah, people don't see this morning, just this is behind the scenes, and this is what we try to bring to light for people is last night we had a party. It rained like cats and dogs all day. It rained like hell all night, Today the sun comes out. It's clear. We have another party of 150. So as I'm blowing everything off, Frank is making sure the beer is right. Our team is out there setting up tents and getting ready as if nothing happened, and then it's going to rain again tomorrow and we're going to find another way. And those are all the things that are necessary behind the scenes. And they're little tiny things, but they add up over time. And the people who come today don't care if there was rain yesterday.
Right.
Wipe the chairs off, get them out, set them up, get yourself ready. The people have a party tonight. This is the most important party that they're going to have.
Right.
Their son and daughter are getting married tomorrow, and they're having a rehearsal dinner at Cal Coast Beer. And we're grateful for that, and we're going to make it the best experience that it can be. And that's no different than what you were talking about, whether you're on the planning commission or, anything you're doing.
Yeah, and you nailed it because it's all the behind the scenes stuff that happens, and all that's done, and it's great. And when somebody can show up and just enjoy the reason they came for, and just enjoy it, and you can see the joy on their face, then all that behind the scenes stuff is all worth it.
Yep.
Right? It's all worth it. So
1000%.
Yeah, you guys kill it in that aspect all the time. So it's awesome.
Well, that leads to the next one because you decided all of those challenges weren't enough. Dude, and Frank thinks we're crazy on both of these friends.
I do.
He goes, when I wear my nice shoes, he's like, you got your chamber shoes on?
Chamber shoes.
Yeah.
So you were the chair of the chamber, and I was the vice chair. And you decided, when Gina moved on, and we love Gina. Gina's doing some other stuff for the Mid-State Fair, and, congratulations to her. We sat in a room and decided what's best for Paso, and you said...
Yeah.
I'm crazy.
Yeah, I'm crazy, I think is what I said. I said, I think, quote, the word was, I can't believe I'm going to say this, but based on the looks that I keep getting, we need to do something, and we're not sure what to do. And so I said, you know what, I'll do it. Look, it's simply said, we as an exec team said, you know what, the chamber is not going to fail under our watch. I think exactly how we said it. And you mentioned, Rich, Gina put in 10 years, and she lived and breathed the chamber for 10 years. It was time for her to move on. She knew it. She wanted to do it. She needed to do it for her family. Ryan, love you, brother. Gina, her family needed her. She'd put 10 years in, and it was time for her to make a change. She knew it, and the hardest thing to do is admit it and then act on it. Well, she acted on it.
Yeah.
Problem we had is we had no succession plan, right?
No.
Our succession plan kind of had eluded us. We had one, we thought. It kind of eluded us a little bit. And so we were left with what's our succession plan, and we didn't have one. So after a couple of meetings of looking at my colleagues on the board going, what are we going to do? I went home one day, told my wife, and I said, look, I think I got to do this. I think we're going to do this. I think I'm going to offer to do this. What do you think? She goes, honey, we always pay it forward. It's one of our things that we talk about all the time when we can is, we've been so blessed in our life that people have always generously paid it forward to us. And so we looked at that as a way maybe we can pay it forward too. So that's how it started. It was a conversation that we had. And she looked at me and said, I think you can do this. And she goes, what are you going to do? Walk away? Right. It was one of those things that, what are you going to do? Right. You got a board, you got folks that are counting on the chamber. What are you going to do? And it was almost like a backwards challenge, so to speak, but I got it. I got the message. The message is, all right, we're going to do this. Let's do it. So then, Rich, I went back, said, all right, I'm in, I'll do this. Let's get this thing rolling. So there you go.
And here we are, and you're perfect for it, but Paso, you don't choose Paso. Paso chooses you. That's what we say on this podcast. And the thing is, Paso wants Paso, and so you need someone like you who can fill it in, because Gina's been here forever. She has tons of contacts. That's, the soft skills are more important, like we say, in almost anything, and going around and being able to represent businesses and do those. And you have those skills, and so you were the best fit, and we're thankful that you would take that chance and take it on, and here we go, And the chamber's in the same scenario that Paso's in. The world is adapting and changing quickly, right? Mm-hmm. If you haven't seen AI before, I'll show you on my phone, but you can take a picture of somebody and make them move however you want, make them talk. You can do all those things, and if you're not into AI, it's going to pass you up, and Paso's doing the same, which is, what is Paso beyond wine and, their first vision? What is the next vision? And the chamber's doing the same, which was, people were involved in the chamber because the chamber could get you some access that you couldn't get, and it was great to be in the chamber historically, and now people have access to their own Instagram and their own marketing and their own stuff. So the chamber's adjusting, Paso Robles, the North County's adjusting, and the world is adjusting. So it's kind of a good time and a scary time at the same time, right?
Yeah, transitions are always challenging, right? Because you just don't know what to expect. You don't know what's going to happen. And frankly, you don't know how it's going to be received. Again, it just worked out that, I know a lot of folks in the community. I've been here a long time. And so far, the reception has been, it far exceeded my expectations. I mean, by nature, I'm a confident person. I believe in my skill set. I believe in our board skill set. But until you start to put some things into action, you really don't know what's going to happen and how people are going to receive it. And so far, the reception part of it has been great. Now, again, I mean what I say, and that is, this is all great. We're having a great conversation here today, right? But you got to start putting some things into action, and we've already done that. I mean, I think the comments and the feedback that I've gotten so far already has been nothing but positive. But again, the world being the world, the place, people being people, you're gonna make a large majority are happy with it. Some still have comments or feelings about it. I get it. The goal is always to make 100% of the people happy, but that's not realistic.
Right.
So you know what? Our number one job right now is to kind of figure out where we're at and then where we're headed. And so we're putting a plan together right now to figure out how are we going to transition, what's our next step, and what are we going to commit to doing, right? Again, keeping in mind the focus of words are cheap without action. We're going to put some things into play. We're going to do better marketing. We're going to provide better tools. We're going to follow through on commitments. We're going to put together great events. One of the things I keep talking about is, look, we get all these great partnerships that come to the chamber and give us their hard-earned dollars. They want something in return. Our goal is we don't want them to even ask for something in return. We want them to be sitting there, standing there, listening, going, I just heard my name. I just saw my logo. I just saw my company promoted. I didn't even ask for it. I didn't ask for it.
Yeah.
And they're doing it on their own. That is our goal. That's what we want to do. We want to promote. We want to educate.
Advocate, educate, and promote. Let's go.
You knew it was coming, right?
Hell yeah.
Educate, advocate, promote.
Advocation for businesses, and that's the best thing. We're both on there. We're passionate about it, and you've got to be in the room, number one. It's good. You got to be invested in the people who are in the room, and you're in the room. Gina was in the room. The chamber's in the room.
Chamber's in the room. Chamber needs to be in the room and needs to have a presence. There are so many great organizations. Paso Robles Wine Alliance.
Travel
Paso. I mean, we can go.
The Main Street Association.
Right. We can go on, and we all need to work together because we're all trying to do the same thing.
Got to work together.
So you two are in the mud in the chamber.
Buddy.
You guys are living together.
Yeah, give us the real.
I'm just gonna back this just a little bit.
Here we go.
No. I ain't 3 pints yet. But for listeners, and if we can just break it down real slow.
Okay.
What exactly is the chamber, and as a new business, why would I want to join the chamber or an existing business?
Right, that's a great question, Frank. We get it all the time. Look, if you're a business that wants to have a platform to advocate for certain things that are important to your industry, the chamber can do that, right? Because we get approached all the time. What is the chamber's opinion of this? Hey, we've got this reg coming down. What is our opinion of that? We've got this bond that we're supposed to vote on, right? We've got this, whatever the case is. Every industry has things that are important to them, right? The chamber is their outlet to be able to communicate, to educate the community on something that, look, we all need to, I'll use parking. Parking was I know it's a sore subject, but I'm going to bring it up. Parking was a sore subject in Paso Robles. There was so much debate, right? If we can just educate ourselves on what needs to be done that is the betterment of our community, right? That's when you can make good decisions, right? That's when you can help a company, an industry say, no, collectively, there's power in numbers. We're going to say this is what we think should happen. Right? So we want businesses that have an opinion.
Right.
We want businesses, industries that have an opinion. We want people to say, no, we're not happy with this or that, or we need more parking, right? We need more hotels. We need more restaurants. We need more housing. We need whatever the case, or we need roads that are in better shape, right? The chamber can be a platform for all industries to voice a united opinion of something. We're in favor of X. We're not in favor of X, right? That's where a chamber can help beyond just the common sense stuff, marketing,
Right.
education, right? Providing tools, right? That's what the chamber can do. It's just a well-rounded, business-oriented organization to support businesses in our community.
So advocate resources and
Yeah, it's all kinds of
mentors.
stuff. Mentorship. And again,
HR, you can get connected with HR people, legal people, if you need those things. You can go to mixers if you need to meet people. If you want to be able to be in an atmosphere where there's 500 people in the community and you don't really know how to meet those, or a few hundred people, you come to the mixers. You talk to people. You can get connected with anyone. Really, you have access through the Chamber of Commerce to city council people that you don't normally have.
right.
Right.
Right. It's a lot of engagement. I mean, if you want to engage with city leaders, experts in their field, regular folks like myself, others, the chamber's a great way to do it because we're going to provide outlets to be able to do that, right? Events. We got a Christmas tree auction. Shout out to Christmas tree auction
Let's
coming
go.
up. Come on. Hey, we need to fill the house because
Buy tickets.
yeah, we need to fill the house. We're gonna
put a link on here. Jake he knows how to put a link.
Does he?
Christmas tree auction. Yeah.
Christmas tree
Buy
auction.
some
We need to
tickets.
fill the house. If we don't have a full house by next Friday, some tough decisions are going to have to be made because the German family, they're our citizens of the year for Templeton, and then we've got a couple of businesses of the year. Andy Brown, brother, I love you. ABI, and then I think it's Chicago Landfill. Businesses of the year. They donated all their time and effort for that situation, which was tragic. But man, again, small community like Templeton, seeing them pull together and support a business that has been a staple in that community for years was awesome. And we just want to be part of that. So we're offering an opportunity for the community to support that event. And then on top of all that, we're gonna help out 9 or 10 or 11 up to 13 nonprofits in our community.
That's amazing.
By auctioning off some Christmas trees.
Yep.
And the proceeds, huge chunk of that money goes directly to them. No questions asked. We write them a check, and it's awesome. So you need to come.
That's
So
amazing.
Calcoast, for those out there that don't know, Calcoast and Wyrick are doing a tree. Wyrick Sand and Gravel. Our friends over there. Shout out Stephen Kuhn and Colin Wyrick.
Yep.
And we go in on a tree. We put all these great items under there. We buy the tree, and then there's going to be 10 of those, 10 different businesses or people who partner. And then people come in and bid on those trees, and they win all the gifts under
Right.
there. So there's beer club memberships. There's tickets to our Nashville night shows. There's Sensorio tickets, all sorts of different beautiful things. I mean, there's tons of gifts. And that business, not only they own the tree, they get to take it back to their business and put it in the lobby and show everyone that they're supporting the community, but they get all the great gifts underneath there. And then each one of those trees chooses a charity, and then that money that went towards that tree goes to the charity of
Yeah.
their choice. And
It's
so,
a beautiful thing.
Yep.
I witnessed it last year for the first time. I tell you what, like the holidays, don't like the holidays. I don't, it doesn't matter. You want to get in the holiday spirit, go to something like that.
Yep.
How do you not?
And
right?
Templeton, we gotta get Templeton on here. We need to get some of the people on here because
Yeah.
we're considered Paso people, but I love everywhere. Templeton High School's playing coming up this weekend. J.R. Reynolds is going to be there, a good friend
baby.
of ours.
CIF football.
Yeah, they're on a roll right now.
Right,
They must
yeah.
be butter. They're on
Yeah,
a roll.
yeah.
And so Templeton, the Paso Chamber helped Templeton when their chamber was essentially dissolving.
You're right.
And so now it's the Paso Robles Templeton Chamber. But in the fashion of the North County, everybody's kind of waiting to see what we're going to do. And we're here to say right now, we're busting our ass to help Templeton. We love Templeton. We need it to grow with us because essentially we're growing together right now. And
Yeah. Look, business is business, right? It goes beyond. I mean, we want to help Templeton, but we're trying to run a business in Templeton. The chamber is a business. We're here to support the community, in return, we need the community support. We need membership. We need buy-in from Templeton. It's such a great community.
Beautiful place.
Oh, it's just a great community. And I personally know lots of businesses down there, they're owners and they're great people. So, we need to keep that vibrant. We need to keep it alive. We need to keep it flowing. We just not long ago opened up a brand new facility in conjunction with Diggs Vacation Rental. Shout out to Kathy Kelly and her company. We share a space there right on Main Street. It's a brand new, that place was gutted and remodeled. It's beautiful, great visitor center. We need to be able to staff that for the Templeton community on a regular basis, and there's only one way to do that, and that's through membership dues that are paid by the local businesses there in Templeton. We need to enhance it. We need to grow it, and Christmas tree auction is one of the ways we can do that.
Nice.
And it was put to me like one of the best ways about this partnership is California, this is how close we are, Templeton, and Paso is. California has to work together, and we're all on the same team to get anyone who visits the United States to come to California.
Yeah.
When they come to California, the Central Coast all works together to get every single person, if we can get them all here, to come and spend their money and have their time in the Central Coast. The North County works together when they do come to the Central Coast to get them to the North County, so they're here with us. And in the end, then Paso is trying to get them to come to Paso, right? And 90% of those phases, you all work together, right? You're working together in the North County feel, and even the South County, the whole county together. And so we owe it to each other to, work together and give our best and try to make this the best place, that people want to come and spend their money and support us and support our schools and support our taxes and pay those short-term taxes because they matter. Those things matter. They help us with our roads. They help us with the things that we see around here, bike lanes, even though people don't like the green lines on the street right now. But they help us with that stuff. And it's a big deal. You got to get involved.
Yeah.
If you don't like it, get involved and change it.
Right. That's exactly right.
Don't talk shit about it.
Right.
At the podium, come and get in the meeting.
Right.
Sit down.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Come and see us.
Right. That's the old adage, man. If you don't like the way something's done, then get involved. Right, get elected, be put on that committee, be put on that board or whatever the case is, and then make a difference. Right? We all breathe the same air, we all go to the same restaurants, we all stay in the same places, we all live in these, whether it's Paso, Templeton, Tascadero. I'm going to be a little biased here. We're all the North County, right? Anything on this side of the grade, right? It's something about that grade going
Afraid
over
of
the
the
grade,
grade.
right? Afraid of the
Chain
grade.
up.
You're right. Look, we're all North County, man. If you're going to live here, work here, raise your kids here, then be connected. Do something that's going to help, improve where you live. If anything, this is going to sound stupid. Just be positive. Right, just be positive. Just to
be a positive contributor.
Right, just fucking appreciate. Oh
Be
shit!
kind.
Hey,
I
you're
just,
all right, we'll
damn
take it.
I just
Yeah,
threw
yeah,
out
yeah.
that. I
Oh,
said
no,
I
you're
wasn't
right.
gonna.
First.
I just said I wasn't gonna cuss.
Dude, I love it. Let her rip. Let her
No,
rip.
just
So easy to be
contribute.
negative.
Right,
Yep.
be positive. Enjoy. I mean, look, I've always said this about Paso, and the entire county is. It always seems like we're a little bit immune to what's going on in the big world, right? It's,
Yeah.
You hear about a lot of these things.
Agreed.
Even through COVID, right? It was just different here. Yeah, it was weird because it was quiet in some places, but you know what? We were resilient, right? We still did shit. Our city
we
said,
sure did.
you know what? We're going to still do shit. And we did do shit. Restaurants started partying on the streets.
We
right?
did.
Right?
We
sure
partied
did.
in
My
the
wife
downtown.
and I, it was weird. New Year's during COVID was a trip. We went to Taste, right? Sat there and it was weird. We were out there New Year's Eve, out on the streets, having dinner, looking around going, this is weird, right? But, everybody was resilient. And that's what I love about Paso, and I love about Templeton, and I love about the North County, is that push come to shove,
We'll shove.
we'll show up, right? We'll show up and we'll support one another. And that's what the chamber does. We're going to show up. We're going to show up. That's what companies and businesses do when something happens to like Templeton Feed. People showed up, right?
Yep, sure did.
That's what we're gonna do when Cal Coast is holds an event. We're gonna show up and we're gonna support it because you know what? And again, I'm gonna plug. This is a selfish 100% Rob plug to Cal Coast Beer Company, to Frank and to Rich. Right? Yeah, these guys. I'm telling you what, they're Jason, love you, brother. You guys kill it. Nick, who I just met, Nick and Dave Walker, Nick Firestone. You guys are awesome. These guys donate all the fucking time.
Yeah, buddy.
You guys give your time, your materials, your stuff. You're there. You're present.
The beer world. Hey, this is a beer world.
Oh, man.
It's about the community.
And I love the way you guys all work together and collaborate together.
You got to.
Right?
Shit, there's no other way.
There's no other way. Nailed it. And that's what we need to do as a community, as a business, as an organization, as the chamber. We're here for the long haul. Our city leaders, shout out to Mayor Hammond and all that entire group. You know what? You guys are doing the best you can. People need to just appreciate the time and effort that you guys put into it. I'm not saying we have to agree with everything because that's just not going to happen.
Boring.
However, let's all get along. Let's all work together. We're all trying to do the same thing. 100%. We're all trying to make the place that we live as best as possible and our interaction with one another as good as possible. And look, we're going to continue to raise our kids, my wife's and I kids, 5 kids. They're starting to have kids, right?
My kids got kids.
Yeah, my kids are starting to have kids, right? Come on. I want them to live and love Paso like we live and love Paso, right? That's what we want. And
we talked about it. What's your joy? We talked about it. What brings you joy? You kind of just hit it, You've done a lot of things in your life. What brings you satisfaction and joy?
Yeah, my family. My family in Paso Robles and my friends. I got a great network of friends, man. Our poker group, shout out to them. Our golf group that we play golf with all the time.
Is that Henry in that group?
Henry and the boys. Henry, Gary, Adrian. I can go on. Timmy, Tom. I mean, it's just the whole group, man.
Did you just make up fake friends?
No,
Timmy
dude.
and Tom.
No, isn't that a movie?
Really?
Wasn't that a movie?
Yeah, Mikey, Bibby, Timmy, Tommy.
Yeah. I could do it really quick.
Timmy and Tom, if you're here, I'll buy you a beer. I want to see you. I think you're fake.
Look. Let me be serious for a second.
Go.
Life is enhanced when you have great friends, right? The joy of life is your family, right? Your wife, your kids, kids, right? Becoming a grandparent, fudge. You thought I was going to say the other word.
Saved it.
I saved it. There's nothing like it. Oh my God, next level being a grandparent. It's next level. Kai, Jacob, and my soon-to-be grandson. It's next level. But I tell you what, you want to add another component to that? Have great friends, right? That have your back.
That you can trust.
You can hang out with. There's no judgment. There's nothing. It's just fun hanging out.
People, and you can judge that, I think. I can add to that, is like there are people who actually are excited about your success. Right? They're so fired. Your success is their success.
Absolutely. And that's where my wife and I and others that we know, we're all blessed to know one another. We're blessed to hang out and travel together. Rich, we've talked about it. We need to travel, right?
Oh, yeah.
We have a great travel group that we go. I mean, we've traveled the world, man. We've been to Scotland. We just got not long ago. I know it's simple. New Orleans. I've never been to New Orleans, but it was awesome. We had a great time in New Orleans, man. We've been to Greece. We've traveled the world with our friends and.
It's amazing.
It puts life in perspective too, to go to see different cultures and different foods and different things. It just really brings everything. It makes you thankful for what you have. By the way, here's another thing. We live in an amazing place because when you travel to these beautiful places, we're still not mad to come home.
No, we look forward to come home. And I still have to remind myself that people from all over the world come to Paso Robles.
Come here.
It just blows my mind. Because I didn't think that in 1980 when I was coming down, seeing a horse going down Spring Street, going, what the hell is that?
Or going down Foster Freeze.
Right? Yep. Pulling up to a Foster Freeze, or a Polar Freeze, actually, where it used to be Lucky's, for those that have been here a long time, Lucky's on Spring Street, right across the street, tying it up to a Polar Freeze.
Looking for Kevin Brush's beer. He threw it in the dumpster. Did you hear that story?
It was weird.
The cop told them they had to throw the beer out. They threw it in the dumpster. They all went home, and then they came back and grabbed it.
Oh, my gosh. Oh, my gosh.
Oh,
No.
all right. Well, Frank always has the final question.
Oh, real? Another question?
Yeah,
Yeah.
he just usually has something good.
thought we were done.
We're going to let it ride, yeah.
All right.
Last one, final.
All right.
Well, Rob, I appreciate you coming on. I mean, Bearcat, family man, professional, giver. I would love to sit down and understand how you do your time management with everything you do. But and for you guys listening out there, get a part of the chamber, man.
Yeah.
They'll help you with the roadmap to success.
Love it.
And I'm not even going to ask a question. Last one. I just want to say thank you for how professionally you didn't tell me how much money's in a vault at a bank.
Dude, he would not give away the secret. Frank was trying
damn
to.
it.
He's a
You
military guy. He was planning a breach.
I have a DeWalt in my truck right now.
If it,
No,
with
Rob,
the,
it was an honor. Thank you. It was
with
fun
the
to talk.
headphones, you just put the little deal on. I
Yeah.
watched the movies.
Stethoscope.
Yeah, look. There's so many movies and how to do it right. According to the movies, it looks easy.
Yeah,
right?
absolutely.
Right?
That's
Just-
what they said about opening a brewery.
Yeah, come out to the coast, have a few laughs. It's gonna be beautiful.
yeah.
Oh, all right, man.
Well,
Cheers.
we appreciate
All right,
it.
hey, cheers, fellas.
We appreciate
you guys having
Great.
me.
Cheers.
It's been a good time. Hopefully, you'll invite me back one day soon.
Come
Oh,
on.
real soon.
Huh? I love it. Thanks, guys.